I've been getting some questions about what the difference is in the heavy-duty GrassFlap versus the standard duty. So I want to take just a minute to show you a few of the details about it. First of all, the heavy-duty, you'll notice the hinge plate itself is substantially heavier than the standard duty. It's actually 1/4-inch steel, which makes it pretty doggone tough. The other thing then is that the flap itself, or the blocking portion, is 1/4-inch plastic screwed to this heavy-duty hinge plate. The advantage of that is that this becomes a replaceable part, much less expensive to replace if you need to, but also very durable from a longevity standpoint. So really, outside of that, that's the main difference. You've got a 1/4-inch plastic screwed to a 1/4-inch steel hinge plate, and then all of that, of course, is connected the normal way with a pull cable and a spring, just like the standard duty. So hope that helps you. So here we are taking the GrassFlap into some bushes and that, just to demonstrate that it can handle running up under some bushes or trash, whatever you might run into from that standpoint. Low profile on the spring mount helps ensure that things don't get torn up, don't hook the cable or don't hook the spring and mess it up. And here, just most yards you're not going to run into a log in that, but just wanted to demonstrate how tough it is. Right here I'm just trying to push on it a little bit, try and bend it back from where you saw the front end bow out some, so I'm just pushing on it. You can actually see the tractor sliding there in the dirt. So we're going to take a couple more shots at it here on the log and see if we can tear the thing up. One more time, just at mowing speed, just so you can kind of see what would happen. Okay, so I'm going to try and find something that's a little more solid. It won't roll like the log did, and so I'm running it just up against the concrete here, just to show you what it looked like if you got it against a wall or whatever. Why doesn't really hurt it. So a lot of times now, when you load onto a trailer, you might have a situation where your tailgate's a little shorter, you're on a hill, and sometimes you can load with the flap down, and sometimes it can damage the flap if you get it hung on the deck right there at the pivot point. So I just wanted to show that with the heavy duty way, you can hang it, but you don't end up tearing the thing out. Notice that we're actually lifting the deck here as a rock back and forth on it. So the flap's really taking all the hit right here. Okay, so we've been just kind of demonstrating some light impacts and that. This time what I kind of wanted to do is just see if I could tear it up. Just put full pressure on it and see what happens. As you noticed there, I kind of rolled the front edge, and that actually popped a couple of the screws out of the front end of it up there. What I like to try and do is get onto the steel, the heavy-duty hinge plate if I can, and just put some pressure on it. There's a good view of the whole thing just kind of rolled down, and flap still works, so still able to operate, flip up and down. So we haven't torn up the hinge plate yet. So I'm actually driving the hinge plate into the corner of the concrete here. Again, I'm just trying to get full pressure on the hinge plate. You can notice lifting the whole deck, and still up. Okay, so we've been out working, trying to tear up the heavy-duty GrassFlap, and you see a little bit of damage inflicted to it. So let's take a closer look at it and see exactly what all is going on here. So a couple things that you noticed as we were out there pushing around on it, that is it did end up bending. And then, of course, out here on this front corner, we popped a couple of screws out of it. No big deal. I say that it's easy enough to replace. In a worst case scenario, you could replace the entire flap, or in a kind of an ideal situation, you could take it off, relocate the screws to a little bit different spot, screw it back on, and you're back in business. So from a durability standpoint, I'm pretty pleased with it. The little bit of scrape up here on the front end where we ran against the concrete, but in general, the thing held up very well.